Can I make legit chicken parm in the Ninja Woodfire? And why did the chicken go to the gym? Second one's easy. Work on its pecs. Fun fact about me is I learned to cook from my Italian grandmother. She taught me pretty much everything I knew till I started really kind of getting into it myself. And one of the dishes I learned to cook from her is chicken cutlets, or chicken parm if you add the extra stuff. I have made this so many times I could probably do it blindfolded, which I will now attempt. No, I'm not gonna do that. We're just gonna make chicken parm. Okay. Get yourself some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You have two options. You can either pound them really thin or butterfly them. This one's super thick, so it's not going to pound, so I'm just going to butterfly it. I'm gonna go right down the center. Now this guy's close. For that, we're gonna grab a Ziploc bag, drop it in there, and hit it with a mallet. I like to use the flat side. Chicken. These are thicker than I would do if I was doing a traditional chicken cutlet. Traditionally, I would make them super thin because you just pan fry them really quickly. But since we're doing these in the wood fire, we need a little bit more time in there to get them crispy. So you want them a little bit thicker so they don't overcook. The first step here is we're gonna season them. We're gonna hit them up with some salt, some dad dust, 50% granulated onion, 50% granulated garlic, a splash of MSG. This is not traditional, but I love the flavor it adds. It just kicks them up a little bit. And as much black pepper as you like. Repeat. You can do this a day ahead, stick them in the fridge, let them sit like this. They will dry brine and become amazing. Or if you're doing it like I am, same day, just set them aside. You can stick them in the fridge if it's gonna be a while, or just set them aside at room temp, they'll be fine. Next up, I'm gonna show you how to make a quick and amazing tasting red sauce with just a couple of ingredients. Most of them you probably have in your pantry. Get yourself a nice pan. Set it over medium heat. Not too hot, medium, medium low. Drop about a tablespoon of good olive oil in there and a couple good sized cloves of garlic. All you gotta do is kind of mash them up a little bit. We're not using them to mince and get throughout. They're never gonna dissolve. So it's nice so people can just pick around them if they don't want the garlic. Me, I'll actually eat the garlic eventually. Now, just saute this until they start to brown a little bit. Smell really nice. Minute, 2 minutes most, depending on how hot your oil is. You do not want to burn your garlic. Number one rule, don't burn the garlic. San Marzano style tomatoes. You can get real San Marzano tomatoes, but I love these. I buy these at my local grocery store, and I did a test against real San Marzanos, and for the price, these are what won. I could barely taste any difference between the real ones and these are much cheaper. So I use these. The nice thing about this is it's hand crushed. I don't need to crush them, and it already has basil and sea salt added in. Okay, see my garlic is starting to brown. I'm actually gonna even turn my heat down even lower. We go. That made a huge mess. It is everywhere. My heat was probably a little bit high. This burner is a little hard to control, so that's why I wear these colorful shirts. Can't tell I spilled food on them. At this point, you're gonna wanna add in some salt. Start with about a teaspoon, and you can always add more. You can't take it away if you go too far. We're gonna add in about a tablespoon of dad dust and a couple of squirts of tomato paste. This is going to richen the sauce. This is 130 grams. I probably used maybe half. You can add a little bit of pepper if you want. Then we're just gonna simmer this for like 10, 15 minutes. Make sure you keep your heat nice and low. You just want a light simmer and you're stirring it frequently. You don't wanna burn the bottom. And give it a taste. I'm just tasting really for salt here, which I think it needs a little bit more of. Most people criminally undersalt their red sauces, which makes them not taste as good as the ones they get in restaurants, and they wonder why. That's most likely why yours doesn't taste as good. They use a lot of salt. The final steps, totally not normal. Taking 2 cubes of cold butter and adding it to the sauce. This is going to add a awesome richness to the sauce. Now once all of that butter has gone into the sauce, you can actually cut off your heat. And your last step is to add in some grated cheese. This is Parmigiano Reggiano. This is gonna also add a little bit of salt. One final taste. Oh, that's fantastic. Simple, right? We're gonna set this aside. Now it's time to set up the wood fire. Grab your pellet hopper and give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better. separates the pellets and gives it lots of air and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing and just makes me feel like it burns better, I still do it every time. Air crisp, wood fire on, temperature 400. We don't care about time. Now for the fun part. We need to make an egg station and a breading station. 3 eggs, you wanna whisk it. Whisk it good. Get yourself some Italian style breadcrumbs. And the Italian trick, add some cheese to it. It's just gonna make it better. You can do this with a fork or with your hands. So you're just gonna take your chicken, which now all the salt has penetrated into, and you're gonna drop it in here. Let that egg drip off. You really want it to drip all off. You don't need extra egg. When it stops to like a slow drip like that, you're good to go. Oh, probably should have mixed this up a little bit. And straight into your breadcrumbs. And flip. Coat it, flip it again, coat it, shake off the excess. There you go. If you do it with a fork, your hands don't get dirty. I'm just gonna do 3. The rest of these are gonna go hang out in the fridge for dinner later tonight. At this point, our Ninja Woodfire says ready. I'm gonna spray this basket with a little bit of oil, which should help for sticking. And then in our cutlets go. Traditionally, you'd be pan frying these, so to kind of mimic that a little bit, we're gonna add a little bit of oil to the outside. We're gonna cook these for about 8 minutes and we're gonna flip them halfway in between, see where we're at. While those are going, we're just gonna chop up a little bit of parsley for garnish. And we're gonna shred some whole milk mozzarella, or mozzarella if you're an Italian from New Jersey. 4 minutes is up, let's check on them and flip them. They don't look 100% great, so we're gonna spritz them with a little bit more oil, flip them, and then we're gonna go ahead and jack our temp up to 450 to see if we can get some better color on these. They're pretty good. I'd like more of a golden brown color, but I would risk overcooking them. The Woodfire does a pretty good job with basic air frying, but not quite as good as my home air fryer in my opinion. So these will have to do. You know what? Let me whip up a traditional one just to compare. My oil's starting to smoke a little bit, so I should be ready to go. That's got a nice color on it. We'll just stick it in the wood fire to finish off real quick. All right, we warmed up our sauce a little bit. One of the things I don't like about some chicken parms is they sauce it, put the mozzarella on top, and then put it back in the oven. It just kind of soggies all the work you did to get the crispiness. We're gonna try something I saw from a restaurant in New Jersey, I think it was. We're gonna put some oil down on this. And then we're gonna put down a nice, healthy amount of our sauce, and then a bunch of this cheese. We're gonna stick this in the wood fire on broil and melt it all down. 4 minutes, it looks perfect. That worked better than I could have ever hoped. Let's give it a try. Chicken looks nicely cooked. Cheers. Oh yeah. The red sauce has a wonderful flavor between sweet and acidic, and that creaminess from the butter and the cheese that we added. The chicken is actually really well cooked. It's got a decent crisp on that cutlet. I'd probably prefer the actual fried cutlets, but this is great. Sliding that cheese and the sauce in there also is like a cool presentation thing. If you're having a party, and you come out with your chicken parm and you slide that sucker down on somebody's plate, they're gonna be impressed. As always, the full recipe is gonna be on my website, dadgotthis.com. It'll have the wood fire version and the traditional version right there for you. Easy to look at, easy to download. Go check out my website, it's pretty good. If you like this video, do the likey subscribe thing. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I do answer just about every comment in my comment section. So with all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. Why did the chicken get a job? Because it needed the scratch. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes. Cook fantastic chicken parm. But one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on. You say you like brisket, ribs, and pumpkin pie. But can you handle the dad jokes that come with them? My cookbook, Bad Jokes, Good Food, has over 24 wood fire recipes guaranteed to make you hungry and groan at the same time. Order your copy now at dadgotthis.com.